The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 WGBC invites you to the talk of all the towns in East Mississippi and West Alabama. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
Good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, and I'm not saying someone's late, but they surely almost was.
Look, I think I come in on two wheels. So.
I ain't saying anything.
There seems to be a comment here.
It is kind of common, isn't it?
I know.
All camouflage. You were trying to blend in.
I'm trying to blend in, yeah. I was trying to ease in, without being
So much for that.
You know, let that light on again. We'll change the lighting
Turn the light
here in
down.
just a second here. Well, as we begin today, let's talk about a few things that went on in Meridian last night. We do hope this gentleman is feeling okay this morning, but there was lots of lights, lots of sirens. Burger King, 8th Street is where it all went down last night. A gentleman was hit on his bicycle. From what I understand, the guy was driving the road, never saw him. And as the Meridian Fire Department arrived on the scene, the gentleman was, and I don't want to word it wrong, but kind of trapped underneath the car as they got there to get him out. It wasn't life-threatening, but, you know, you got to put yourself in that place. I've never been hit by a car.
Scary. That is very scary.
I had a skillet thrown at me, but no car. Did I ever bring up the time that my wife got run over by her mama?
No, you didn't.
She sure did.
I bet Angie's going to love you telling it.
But, it's one of those things where your kids call you. And Dylan was about 9 years old. And he goes, I answered my cell phone and he goes, Granny just ran over Mama. Click.
Oh, Lord.
And then nobody would answer the phone. And she was at her mother's taking groceries out of the back of the car. And her mama backed out, put it in reverse, and pinned her in between the Tahoe and her car. And she was stuck there. And then she got scared and couldn't pull the car off of her. So that was
My goodness.
she was okay. She got bruised up pretty bad, but
So did you
fortunately,
unload the groceries from then on?
well, I wasn't there. I was deer hunting.
Well,
That made the situation
Well, it's the
even
wonder
worse.
you even got the call.
Yeah,
back
they
in
were.
the sticks back in there.
And then when Dylan got run over by the, well, he didn't get run over. He got hit by a school bus. Him and Madison. I got one of those blink calls, and they were gone. Didn't know anything. Then you get to the scene, it wasn't all that bad. But took out some mailboxes out there in West Lauderdale.
Goodness.
When you have
Scary.
a fender, it's just when your
That's
kids
bad
call
luck
you
with
when somebody, they get excited.
Yeah.
yeah.
And they can't explain everything. And I'm sure we've all been there.
Yeah.
It's like sneaking in the house after midnight, creep, and then next thing you know,
I'll never forget the morning that I got the call about 5:30 in the morning from my daughter. She was going to scuba. She'd spent the night in Livingston and was headed back to go to cheer practice early in the morning. Wasn't supposed to be in Livingston, I might add.
Got busted.
But anyway, she hit 3 horses on the way back to scuba.
Have mercy.
She topped a hill and they were over the hill in the road and she
nowhere to go.
She hit them. Thank goodness she was okay. But can you imagine that phone call when I answered? Mom, I had a wreck, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, are you okay? And I hit horses, and I was like, what? 5:30 in
Scary.
the morning. It's scary.
And then I accidentally told you about a wreck one time, and I was like, I felt bad about that.
Look, that really, but it scared me. Same child. Yeah. He calls me.
She's in a
He goes,
driving academy.
I don't want to upset you, but your daughter she's been in an accident, but I think she's okay. She just left my house, though, So I'm glad she was. Okay.
She can give driving instructions again. And that's one of the things when it's wet, y'all be careful.
Yeah.
And let me remind you of this. We got some weather coming again on Tuesday. And I said a thank you to everybody a little bit ago about, trusting us with your weather for your choice. And we appreciate that. Tuesday sometime, we could see some bad weather. Right now, the bad line is going to be Scott County, back west into Louisiana. Can it move east into the Meridian area? It certainly can. We're going to watch this and let you know how that kind of shapes up to be.
Yeah, I definitely hope it stays in the other direction.
Ooh, Center Hill.
bad
We had
weather.
an issue out here yesterday afternoon.
I saw
down
this on your show. I mean, on the page. I
Jets
saw
painting body. They were all sitting there drinking coffee, and there it happened. Boom, right in the ditch. Here we go. Let's pull it
they're
up.
okay.
I think so. Metro came.
I mean, just looking at it, that looks like it would have been a very bad.
Yeah. It jar you for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
And I have never had, because I guess all the little incidents I've had, I never had a car back in the day that had airbags. But I'm told that them things will whoop up on you.
Look, I'm so surprised at the accident I was just talking about with my daughter with the horses. Every airbag in that car deployed. And the only thing she had was some cuts on her knuckles.
That's
I
a
don't know
miracle.
how in the world. I mean,
Don't they make them now that the doors have them too, to where they expand to protect you?
there was some that come out of the visor. It would come out of everywhere. You couldn't even see the seats. It was just airbags.
I'm just wanting a car that one day has a backup camera in it. That'd be nice. Because I've got to that age where I can't bend like I used to. You know, you're trying to look over your shoulder and back up.
I
And
have one in my vehicle, and it was very hard for me to trust them. Like but in those vehicles, the new ones, there's not a whole lot of areas where you can see good, so you kind of have to trust them.
yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I called Donna Jill and said, "Come on out here to the courthouse and tell me if I'm back out." She'll come out, y'all. Seriously, call up there. She's real nice.
Oh, good.
She'll help you. You know, we mentioned the gas leak. I talked about this earlier this morning. We had some people that had to be evacuated last night. A contractor was digging, and things like this happen. Even when I worked out of town, a strike on a line can happen, an unmarked line, and next thing you know, here's the scene as we got to Poplar Springs Drive. This is what it looked like. See that? Fire trucks blocking the road. And here is Lima on the situation there as they watch carefully. And it took hours to find the actual gas leak last night. Finally, about 7:30, the highway was open back up and all was good. And everybody got to go back home and get their, they ain't nothing like having to leave your lunch or your dinner right in the middle of it in the microwave and it gets cold when you get there.
So I wonder how that happens with,
It's unmarked. And so you have lines come out and
right,
they're
you have the
drawn.
people come out. Is it 811 they're supposed to call? And they come out and locate all the.
And then you're digging, and sometimes there's a mystery line that's never been written down. You got it after
I
that.
hate it for the workers because, that's got to be.
It's kind of scary. And then, there are those instances where you don't get to report it. It's a mishap, so to speak.
Thank goodness that they were able to take care of it.
Yeah, thank heavens that. Hey, we got some new folks, got some jobs in Meridian. Did you see this?
I did see this.
EMDC.
EMBDC.
Them folks. Y'all try to say that.
Mississippi Business Development Corporation.
Look at here. Congratulations goes out to their new director of marketing and new director of Meridian Main Street. Right here from Meridian, both of them, Heather and also Matt. So we wish them luck at their jobs.
Yes, we sure do.
Let's see
That's
what.
a big deal, the EMBDC.
Yeah.
It really is.
Hopefully it'll drag some more folks from Meridian that want to do business with us here, bring jobs. That's what we're all after in the end, is all that good stuff. You can read about that at our webpage or visit it online there. We'd love for you to take advantage of that. Jackson, Mississippi. I want to bring this up because as we go into the holidays, we've seen all types of crime that happens. Jackson, Mississippi, a lady had stopped to go to the ATM. She walks up to it. She draws out, I think she had $200 in her hand. Next thing you know, she's surrounded and she's being robbed. They take her $200. They take her cell phone. They take her car, and she runs down the road to a convenience store and calls the police. By the time that she gets hold of the police, they've already robbed somebody else using her car. That's Jackson.
Gosh.
Now, can that happen here? It certainly can. We don't have a lot of carjackings in Meridian. Can it? Sure could.
I think it could happen anywhere in this day and time.
I can only remember about 2 times. We had one at Ponta Hills in the county, and then we had one downtown of a gentleman who was going down the road, and they just took his car.
Yeah.
It
I've
doesn't.
heard of different areas where people will pin people in at a red light, whatever, and carjack them. Somebody's in the front, somebody's in the back, and they stop and they can't move. So
Just and it always goes back to just paying attention to your surroundings.
keep your doors locked. Most cars will. The newer cars will lock when you crank it up, or you start moving the vehicle. But
Then the older cars you can't get out of. You be reaching your arm out trying to find a door handle to get. Y'all don't act like y'all hadn't had a car that's done that before.
Goodness.
Door handle break off and you can't get out.
have to crawl through the other side.
I've been there. Do the Bo Duke deal.
Yeah, jump in the windows.
And then when you get
Crawling out
older,
the
you
window.
can't fit through there. I often wondered on the filming of the Dukes of Hazzard how they got Uncle Jesse through that window. That
Yeah.
couldn't have felt good.
I just couldn't even get up out of the seat to get through the window, I don't think.
I'm serious. I had one of those cars. That window is smaller than you really think. And I was in my 30s then.
Gosh.
And those little doorknobs, there's a reason they take those off. Those little things that pop up. You
Yeah.
go jumping through that window and find that. Whoo!
Sliding in like they do. Yeah, it takes time.
I did make you say a choice word.
Goodness.
Listen, we got more coming up. We're going to be talking to the bikers as they help out the toy run that is coming to Meridian. Also, our special guest for the City of Meridian, Terrence, is coming. We got Terrence and Terrence here this morning, y'all. That's all on the way. We'll be right back. The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville is passing along these great savings. Cuties or Halos, a 3-pound bag for $6.99. Yellow or zucchini squash, $1.79 a pound. Skippy peanut butter, only $2.69. Red or white onions, 99 cents a pound. Brine wieners, a 12-ounce package, $1.89. Fresh leg quarters, a 10-pound bag, $4.99. And assorted pork chops, $1.
We're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Have you heard? Jackson Flowers has moved to their new location on Highway 19 North. They have been a part of the community for over 60 years here in the Meridian area, and they are continuing the same great service that you've known for decades to their new location. They offer floral arrangements, live and artificial, a gift shop, fall and Christmas decor, along with birthday treats for the pups. Visit Jackson Flowers in their new location 2 miles north of Walmart on Highway 19 North. Jackson Flowers, for all occasions.
Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian.
Need an expert to repair a rock peck or cracked windshield? Call Advanced Auto Glass by Joey for quality workmanship and customer service. Convenient same-day service, as well as in-house calibration for vehicle safety systems. Reliable mobile service is available in Clark, Kemper, Neshoba, Lauderdale, and Newton counties for all cars, trucks, and heavy equipment. Book your appointment today for custom tinting. It can reduce temps, fading, glare, and more. Improve the safety and enhance the appearance of your vehicle today with services from Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Candace on a Thursday. I have to sometimes think about my days.
I know. I keep thinking it's Wednesday still for some reason.
Now, let me warn everybody of the schedule. Tomorrow we'll be off television, and then we're back to normal programming on Monday. The soccer games end tomorrow. We're on today, and then it all ends tomorrow, and life is normal again. Yeah. How'd you like your 3 weeks worth of soccer?
I haven't watched it. I did. Well, I tuned in one day for like 5 minutes.
I don't know much about soccer other than it's on the ground and somebody stands down there and tries to jump in front of it. That's really all I know.
Yeah.
I do know enough about golf to know that 4 you should run.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Soccer is a big deal. There's a lot of young people that play soccer, like a lot of
I've
teenagers.
heard that.
And it's big in the schools, and two of my children played soccer. So
it's a international sport, not as big as football.
it's fun to watch. I will say it is. They can get aggressive. I have seen a lot of aggressiveness on the soccer field.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's happening now, but we'll be back to regular programming today. Yeah. Now, as always, as we get into December, there's always something special that happens. That's people trying to help others. And boy, we got them back today, and we have to start off with an apology to them. When they first showed up, it was our first morning in the new studio, and well, nothing worked, did it? Now, y'all going to have to drag your microphones a little closer to you. Get it about yay far from your mouth there to the side of you.
Yeah.
So we can hear you there. Yep. That ought to be better there.
Yeah, might not want to hear me, but
oh yeah. We're going to talk to you. We apologize for that little fumble that morning when we couldn't get the sound right. We apologize.
Well, things happen. It's not your fault. Things happen.
No.
Appreciate you having us back.
This is what's going on. Y'all do this a lot. Tell us about this, and it concludes here in a day or so, doesn't it?
It concludes Saturday. Saturday, matter of fact. It's our 12th annual toy run. It's Bikers United for Children. It's going to be Saturday, starting out at Hampton Inn. Registration starts at 10. Kickstand's up at 1. We'll have breakfast there for the people to show up.
Yeah.
A slight escort downtown to College Park United Methodist Church. We'll unload the toys there. We'll have raffle prizes. We'll have door prizes. We'll have plenty of food to eat. All it's going to cost you is a new unwrapped toy.
That ain't much to that, is it?
Not much at all. We're going to feed you breakfast when we start. We're going to do some congregation, some hanging out. and then we're going to get on bikes and ride and go to the church and eat again.
Now, where is it they need to bring the toy to if they're out and about then? I know they can make donations now also, but that morning, where do you bring it to?
That morning, you bring it to the Hampton Inn. For years, we was at the Hilton Garden Inn.
Yeah.
We lost that spot this year, and gracious enough, Hampton has took us in.
That's nice.
It is. It is. They have really helped us out. So we're going to be just a little bit more to the left. People's going to be looking for us. We're going to be there at Hampton Inn. We'll have quality paint bodies roll back there with a sleigh there. We'll have motorcycles out. So just look for all the noise and all the bikes, and come on in. Like I said, all it takes is one new unwrapped toy, and be a big part of this.
Now, this is DK. To his right is Mr. Terrence over here.
No, twisted, we call it.
All twisted.
So both of y'all have been riding for how many years now?
I've been riding since I was 10 years old.
That's quite a while. I'm not saying you're old or
59
anything.
now, yeah.
Candace was thinking it.
I've been riding long enough to make a few mistakes.
Yeah, I had a bike of some sort all through the years, but like I said, it's this is our 12th annual on this, and it's getting bigger and bigger every year. And it's only because of our sponsors and because of the community. And everything we do goes to the Wesley House.
And they are a good group.
They are a good group. They do a lot of work behind the scenes for a lot of people.
Now, who behind the scenes when it comes to sponsors have stepped up to the plate to help y'all?
Step up to the plate. This year we've got a couple levels of sponsors. Our platinum sponsors we have is Davison Holland. We have Max Truck Service, and we have Wade's Automotive and Happy Smiles.
Happy Smiles.
Yes, that's, to get in on that, it's $500 or more, and so they've stepped up to the plate this year. Our next tier is gold sponsors. We've got the ATM Mini Mall. We've got Burns and Burns. Thank you, David. Yeah. Got Construction Services, Godwin Cleaning.
Yep.
And then we got Mike and Angie Evans, and then Patrick Allen come on board this year. You know, nice to have them guys. That's
Absolutely.
really good guys out there. And then we have our lower tiers, our silver sponsors, which is Ace Detail Shop, Andy Shirley CPA, and we got Booker Electric. He's there every year. He's like clockwork with us. Chisholm Tire in Collinsville, Crane Employment. Discount Glass. Go see Gary for any glass needs that you need down there.
Yeah.
He's always a big partner with us. Ed Cheney, Hill Realty Group. They've helped us out a lot in the past few years. Interstate Exxon. Joey Chandler Trucking. And then we got Johnson Dodge. They're always there.
Yeah.
Always.
Lisa Hickman, Realtor. McDonald Hill. They're really good guys. Help us out a lot. And Mitchell Tire and Wrecker. Olive Branch Thrift Store. Not a lot of people know about them, but they've been a sponsor for us for quite a few years now. And of course, Rick's Paving and Sun South. That's just to mention a few.
Yeah.
At the last minute, Sanders Gas. Chuck down at Sanders came through on that silver sponsorship as
I
well.
appreciate Chuck doing that with y'all.
Yeah, Chuck's a good guy.
Like I said, this is it's a big event, one of the biggest toy runs in Meridian, and it's only that because of our sponsors in the community.
It takes us all working together to do that, and a lot of kids will benefit from this also.
Yes, they will. Like I said, everything here, monetary donations and toys, go straight to the Wesley House.
All right. Well, DK, I can't thank y'all enough. Terrence, thank y'all for coming in and telling us about this.
No problem.
Well,
just to put a little quick plug here, along that route, our route is going to go up Highway 19 towards the north. It's going to catch on 14th past the hospital. It's going to cruise down 23rd, catch 8th, and take 8th to the church. Now, if anybody would like to come out so the kids can see the motorcycles.
And Santa Claus.
And Santa Claus. Yeah, again, forget Santa Claus. Feel free to park along safely somewhere along the route. Let the kids watch the motorcycles come by. Kids love motorcycles.
All right. Again, what time does it need to be there with your toy?
Registration starts at 10 and kickstands up at 1. Anywhere in between there will be at the Hampton Inn. Our donation box will be picked up this evening so we can get all the toys, have them at the church. So Saturday, just circle by. If you can't make it in part of the ride, circle by. Hand us a toy, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all coming in and telling us about this, and best of luck with it.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Shad White's been busy. He's got a name. He's got the naughty list.
Oh, good.
Have you seen this? We got another one.
I did see this. I did.
Going to get to spend a little time in jail as we look at this. A demand letter. We go over to Grenada County, Mississippi, is where it's all at. Chancery Clerk, Miss Vicky. Ooh, $16,000 worth.
Yeah. That is, I just don't understand why people think they can get away with this all the time. I guess they do for a short period of time, and then boom.
It says over the whole period,
Sad.
$34,000 worth. How do you honestly think that you can get away with hiding public money.
There's a lot of people who think that they can do it, and they do get away with it for a little while. But what really aggravates me is the ones who do just get a little slap on the wrist, you know, and they get it. Oh, you can pay it back, and the next thing you know, one day they're going to do it again.
Oh yeah, I've known several that's done it multiple times.
Anyway.
So y'all be careful there. That did happen in the state of Mississippi. It's hard to get anything past him.
Yeah.
Ask Brett. He'll tell you more about that.
He stays busy for sure.
Did you see that this week? Speaking of that, the Brett Favre scandal that happened, and again, Brett has not been convicted of anything. I want everybody to realize that. They are dropping the suit of suing him for the $1 million and backing up going, hey,
redoing it.
We want the $5 million that was spent by you and the state. Somebody better give up the money.
And this is the Department of Human Services, right, that's demanding that.
So we don't know if they'll get it or not. Will the university come up with all of that money? It was money that was not supposed to be spent there.
Right.
I think we've all kind of keyed in on that issue. But we'll keep you posted. Like Mississippi Today is really the big news source when it comes to keeping them honest over there on all of this.
Yeah.
We'll do this. I brought this up this morning. Do you remember when we brought this up where it happened in North Carolina last week where power substations were hit with gunfire and taken out? Yes. Over 40,000 people with no power?
Yeah, well, this happened again. Right?
Let's go out to Washington and Oregon. People are doing this. Is it orchestrated? I don't know. But I urge people, and we've always said, if you want to hurt the United States, power. We can't make it without it.
Right. It controls a lot of things. So, yeah, that would be a hard hit for the
And you get into the story, and there's several things, whether it's gun, axes, things that they've been doing to damage these. And let's hope this is wintertime. People need to be warm. We don't need to be taking chances, especially in some of these Washington State. It's cold out there.
Well, my mother-in-law is in Washington State.
Is she coming back?
Well, not right now.
Oh, for the summer. I mean, for the winter.
They go to Yuma, Arizona.
Look, I'd have to come visit. That's why everybody always loved the South. Yeah. During the winter, they come here.
But she had been sick over the holiday, so I don't think they've gone yet. So I hope they're okay.
I do too.
Seeing this, it's scary.
We have somebody missing. Mississippi Bureau of Investigations has a gentleman, a silver alert's been. He's 36 years old. They've put out a picture of his truck. He's from Pearl, Mississippi, which is over by Jackson. Let me show you a picture of what he looks like here. Again, this is from MBI. This is the gentleman. If you happen to see him, he looks a little different with his ball cap on.
Yeah.
But his family's worried about him. If you happen to see him, let them know. We hope this doesn't end in any kind of bad way. Without a doubt.
Okay, for sure. Yeah.
Right, we got more on the way. We got Terrence coming up with the City of Meridian. He's going to tell us all about what's happening with the parade and Santa and what's going to be happening this weekend. We'll be right back. Build it your way at Hickory Pickin' Sheds in Hickory. Take advantage of 10% off on sheds during the month of December. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, all the way up to a 16 by 52, or they can build on-site up to a 16 by 60. Build it your way with a shed to home. Whether you're looking for a home, an office, a hunting cabin, a he shed, or a she shed. Protect your lawnmowers, ATVs, and four-wheelers with carports. They even offer enclosed garages. Build it your way at Hickory Pickin' Sheds.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
Welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace as we bring in your Thursday. I was sitting here this morning and I thought, and I have to sometimes double check myself because the days fly. Thursday, tomorrow's Friday.
I know. It's flown by. It really has. I can't believe it's supposed to be Christmas.
Oof,
I mean, it just... Doesn't even seem possible, right?
And when you say Christmas, there's one thing that always makes it a great Christmas parade. Now, we've already had Philadelphia. We've had several go on throughout the area. And the big one that is coming up this weekend is going to be the Meridian. And we welcome our special guest, Terrence Davis. Terrence, how in the world are you this morning?
Good morning, you guys. How are you? I like the fact that you identified those parades, but the best parade is right here in Meridian, Scotty.
And we want everybody to be a part of it.
Yes, we do. And as of right now, we have 61 participants, and you made 61 yesterday.
I'm there.
So hopefully when I get back into the office, we'll have some more that have turned in applications via email. So we're looking at possibly around about 70 entries easy by the time the parade happens.
Now, where's the best place if you're a spectator and you go, where do I go sit? Where do I get to in a hurry to set up to watch everything? Where's a good place to park and watch?
To be honest, the best place is going to be in the parking garage. If you can park
I didn't
in the
think
parking
about
garage
that.
and looking over 8th Street, looking towards the Temple Theater, that is the best site. And we've taken some great pictures from that angle as well of the parade. The second one would be second one would be City Hall lawn at the corner there of 23 in front of the Doughboy. Once the parade comes around and everything has that snake appeal to it, it is a really great look right there.
You know, I just never thought about that parking garage because you can,
You're able to look down and see everything coming, as well as the people interacting with the parade.
And then the hot spot used to be, and I'm sure it's about the third best place there around Dumont Plaza. Is that still up?
No mistake about it. And once the parade comes off of Front Street and make that left onto 22nd and see everything again coming in a line and the people participating with, great view.
A good view there from Weidman's as you're looking down on everything, that little balcony.
Exactly.
I like
Yes,
that.
sir. Yes, sir.
So what time does everything start?
The parade lineup will begin at 3 p.m. The parade will begin promptly at 5 o'clock.
Candace, did you hear anything he just said?
I did.
I'm just checking for a friend.
I did. Thank you. Note to self, 5.
3 p.m. we will line up, and 5 p.m. we will start the parade. We do not want our people and community to come out waiting for the parade an hour, 30 minutes later. No, we want to start right at 5 o'clock to get everybody in and out.
Always good to do that. Now, you mentioned something about Santa being in town. What's he going to be doing?
Well, Santa Claus is going to be on City Hall lawn from 1 o'clock until 5 o'clock. And this is our veterans organization who's putting that on. They'll be on City Hall lawn in front of the big tree on City Hall, and they'll be taking pictures. So bring the kids out to take pictures with Santa.
Now, I looked for you. Were you there when we done the lighting of the Christmas tree?
Yes, sir.
I missed you. I looked everywhere for you.
I was on the stage area I wasn't giving the directions. Dr. Thomas was giving me directions.
I saw Dr. Thomas. He was all over it. Didn't the girls dance wasn't that just great what they did?
Awesome. They always give a great performance. We look forward to them every year. And I just asked the director, next year, can we get a double? Can we just get a second performance, man? They are always great, and they prepare. They come out, they look good, dance well. Everything is choreographed really well. It's a great presentation.
You know, and I don't know much about dance. I'm not going to lie. The most I know about is the movie Dirty Dancing. I'm not a dancer. But I have to think that there's a lot of time goes into practicing that and learning that, because it's just so, as you say, choreographed and everything matches.
Yes, sir. It's a lot of time, and timing is everything, as well as being synced with the person beside you or behind you. So, and that makes everything look just that much better when they're tight. Yes, sir. And they do a great job.
So do they still have the school bands in the parade? Do you have any bands in there?
Yes, ma'am. The Meridian High School band will be participating, as well as I think it was Northeast band that was going to be participating as well. Yes,
I know
ma'am,
when I was back in the day, I was in
long time ago.
I was a
back when the
cheerleader,
streets
and
were dirt.
No, we cheered and stuff. The cheerleaders would go and follow with the band. So and we'd dress in our little Santa hats and all. It was fun. It was always a fun time. Yeah.
Yes, and we're looking forward for this particular parade to be much more fun, because the theme of the parade is the 12 days of Christmas. So we've asked the participants to choose one of those days from the 12 days of Christmas song and decorate their float or their team as one of those days. So we are really looking for some things to be out this Saturday.
As we look out front of our studios, our float is empty.
Yeah. We're like the day after Christmas. That's gonna be ours.
I was talking with Terrence before we went live, but that was like the thing to do was really build a float. And I just didn't have the time this year to.
Well, you've had a lot of
to-
issues with the technical difficulty stuff going on and all that you were trying to get fixed too.
Yes,
so.
but the floats do make a difference.
It
As you were
does.
sharing with me the creativity around them and the presentation, it makes a difference. So we want to get back to doing just that.
Yes.
Hit a home run, be there. Now, it's going to be a lot of people with this. Now, let me ask this. In a lot of parades, is it only Santa that throws candy, or is it other floats that throw candy, or is there no such thing in this parade?
Now, with this parade, what we're asking the participants to do is not to throw candy. If you have someone that can walk beside your float to pass out the candy, that is what we would recommend. Not even Santa. We're not asking Santa. We're asking Santa helpers to be on this side of the float. and
Because
pass out
somebody
the parade.
could get hurt if they got too close.
You know, Scotty, to be totally honest with you, we have been blessed that that has not happened to us, because our babies are reaching down, picking up candy, and they're not looking up to see that truck or car or float that's
Right.
coming behind while they're picking up candy.
That's right.
We want to make sure that we keep them safe. Although we have barriers and we have people in place, when those kids see candy, they're darting right out towards
Diving
their
for it.
candy.
I was a kid once. I did. Now, another
Exactly.
thing that let's take this a step further. If you've got, because we've witnessed this a few weeks back, if you've got a car that's going to be in a parade, make absolutely sure that your maintenance is done on this.
That's correct.
We saw a parade to where someone's brakes failed and they hit someone in the parade, and it couldn't be. They couldn't stop. There was nothing could be done.
Right.
So make sure if you enter the parade, whatever you're driving is the mechanically top notch that
Brake
it can
lights,
be.
brakes.
We
Yeah.
we ask that, you know, their services in their cars, true enough, but we also ask that they are actually decorating the cars, that we're recognizing who's in the parade and
Yeah.
one that's just jumped into the parade from one corner or something. But decorating, we're asking at least 60% of your car be decorated.
Because it's hard to go, well, who was that? I
That's
don't
correct.
know.
That's
Now,
correct.
I want to ask a question
Ask.
too about security. Is there going to be police presence around the area?
Yes,
for the
ma'am.
security? Okay.
If the community have noticed, every event now that we do, police are really positioned at every corner that
Okay.
will turn on the parade, whether it's a police car, whether it's a fire truck or fireman. There's going to be some type of security and some type of vehicle that's cushioning us in the parade.
And
Because-
y'all also have moved back several blocks to keep.
Scotty, we have. If we're having an event on City Hall lawn that we're already blocking off just the central area around City Hall, we will push back as far as 8th Street, 26th, as far as 5th Street on the other side, and 23rd if we need to make sure, again, that buffer around everybody is secure. No one can just plow a car in or anything like that
Right.
to where we are. We have cars positioned that if they are coming, they're going to hit a car before they hit some of us.
All right, we got more coming up with Terrence, and we're going to, y'all may not realize this, but this guy's got a little celebrity in him. We're going to find out more about this here in just a second as we'll go into a deeper detailed conversation with Terrence next. Y'all stay with us. Build it your way at Hickory Picking. The Neshoba County Co-op is your one-stop shop for all your camouflage and clothing needs. To stylish flannel shirts and those warm Carhartt jackets. Maybe it's a new set of pants you need or Bill overalls. A large selection of t-shirts and the latest fashions and colors when it comes to scrubs. A big selection of kids' clothing and Carhartt with jackets and more. With John Deere toys and a whole lot more. If it's on Santa's list, it can be found at the Neshoba County Co-op, 338 West Main Street, Philadelphia.
When you gear up and journey out, nothing but you and the wilderness for miles. Just remember, you're the boss. Steel MS-271 Farm Boss, built for the toughest jobs. Journey onward.
Join Mike Rice Auctions and Wholesales every Tuesday night for a live auction, and you can bid from the comfort of your own home. Each week, Mike has a whole selection of auction items. Maybe you're a business that needs a liquidation sale. Or maybe you're in charge of an estate and don't know what to do with all you got. Talk to Mike Rice Auctions about an estate sale. Let Mike turn these items into cash for you. Your next deal is waiting for you at Mike Rice Auctions and Wholesale this Tuesday night, live on Facebook at 6:30. I've been trying to get Candace to do a little dance while we were in between coming back live, because I know you danced with it, and don't even deny that you did it when I bring this up.
Dance with what?
Of a song that used to be on the radio, an artist that was huge. You don't realize who's sitting across from you, do you?
I do not.
All right. When you were in high school, did you ever hear of a guy named MC Hammer?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Terrence
The
was
hammer pants.
Yeah. Did you do that?
I had some pants. They weren't quite hammer pants, but they were similar.
Well, what so many people don't realize is Terrence is from Meridian, Mississippi, and the connection that MC Hammer had to Meridian. He was right here for years, and you toured with him for how many years?
Actually from 1990 to 1996 and 98, I think it was 98 or 99. I toured with Deion Sanders during the baseball. I think it was baseball strike at that time.
Right.
Yeah, we toured with Hammer from 90 to 96 around the country.
So what did you do with MC? What was your job?
They would title my job the hype man. Hammer did the majority of his dancing. He never would do anything over his lyrics. He would always do the performances live. So he and I both would rap his lyrics. And while he's dancing, I'm rapping his lyrics. Or while he's dancing, I'm hyping the crowd, keeping the crowd engaged to the concert.
So were you running around going, hammer time?
I was running around hammer time, Candace. Yes, I was. The big baggy pants and all.
Back then, hammer time.
And as we all know, when we talk about MC Hammer was a national star. This was international. Everybody knew MC Hammer.
That's correct.
Now, let's back up here.
Okay.
He was here in Meridian, was he not?
That's right. He was stationed at the Naval Base here. He was stationed here for a couple years. And
now, a lot of people, I bet, don't know that.
And talk, he shared with us, me and my partner at that time, Treasure Shields Redmond. She was from Meridian as well. He shared with us walking Meridian streets on Fifth Streets and visiting the clubs and things like that while he was stationed here in Meridian.
So
neat.
Where did the change happen? What happened? How did you get hooked up with him? Did all this kind of transpire in Meridian?
No, sir, it did not. What actually happened was Hammer was actually looking for groups to sign to his Busted Capital record label. And he put the word out that he was looking. So one of our friends, Dr. Randy Graham, was friends with Miss Dorothy Stennis. And those two got together and promised to put us before Hammer when he come to the Temple Theater, and we did an audition. So they made it happen. Hammer saw us. Hammer wanted to take us that night with him, but we were sharing with him, we're in high school. We can't go, man. We're about to graduate from high school. So all of this happened on the stage of the Temple Theater and the ballroom of the Temple Theater. So you and I was also talking, and I was sharing with you how the Temple Theater means so much to me and my professional career, because that's literally where I was chosen by Hammer to go into the professional arena and record professionally and tour the country. And it started right there at the Temple Theater.
Did you know any of that?
I did not. I feel like I've been in the dark.
That is,
that's great, though. That's a wonderful thing.
Now, y'all toured probably almost anything that you can name. Y'all toured there, haven't you?
That's correct. That's correct.
From any special performance that sticks out in your mind of that one show that makes you go, wow, that was my moment in time. If I could go back, I would go to that. Where were you?
There were actually two performances, Scotty, that just will stay with me. One was when we met Oprah Winfrey, and Oprah found out that there were people a part of Hammer's posse, is what we called at the time, were from Mississippi as well. So when we met Oprah, Oprah's like, "What are those Mississippi people at?" So me, my other counterpart, and Angie B had an opportunity to sit down and speak with Oprah and just have a good time with Oprah, because she was really excited about the fact that people from Mississippi was a part of this humongous thing that was going on with Hammer, right? And the other one was the American Music Awards. We're here at the American Music Awards, Scotty and Candace, and everybody who's someone in the music industry is coming up to Hammer.
Yeah.
Want to meet with Hammer, taking pictures with Hammer or whatnot, right? And this is the opportunity we get to meet all of the big celebrities in the community of music, but it's at the same time you're performing before them as well. So, man, when we hit the stage at the American Music Awards, you're talking about adrenaline. The adrenaline was high, and the performance was excellent, and everybody came out and gave us, kudos for doing a great job. But the nervousness and the adrenaline.
What do you remember the song that y'all done?
We did "Here Comes the Hammer," and we did "You Can't Touch This." Those were one of his biggest records. You can't touch this. Yes, sir.
That was a big one. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It really was. That's when he did the
typewriter dance move. That's correct.
What it was called.
Candace, you can dance. You can dance.
I could break it down at one time.
Okay, Candace, we got to do it together.
No, really, I used to love to dance, but I've gotten older. So.
Awesome. But that was one of those times, and there were plenty other music awards after that, but the American Music Awards, come on, you guys, a little boy straight from Meridian, Mississippi, 17, 18 years of age, you've been put on this stage the whole country sees you.
Yeah.
You know, and millions of people are watching the television, families watching the television, and friends. And to get that call back and say, you guys did a great job, but them not knowing Terrence is sweating behind the scenes.
Yes. Did you have that moment where you go, hey, Mama, did you really want to do that and say hey to your friends when you're there?
Of course.
That has to be tough.
Yes, it is tough because, you know, that was something that he did not allow. He did not allow that. We were to conduct ourselves as professionals at all times.
All right, we got more coming up with Terrence as we learn so much about what Meridian has that, well, not everyone knows.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back.
Your next Maytag or Whirlpool appliance is waiting on you at All Temp Appliance and Refrigeration on Highway 19 North. If you've been trying to locate a freezer, stop by and see their big selection of upright and chest freezers, a showroom full of stoves, gas, and electric. Maybe it's a new refrigerator from large double doors to the simplest of refrigerators. Name brand washers and dryers like Speed Queen and Amana. And delivery is available with a great service department to back up what they sell. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and by appointment after hours and weekends.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Time to stop spending your entire weekend mowing grass. Step up to a Skag zero-turn lawnmower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero-turn mower, Skag, with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag. 0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 and see coleslaw or buttermilk.
Have you been hurt on the job? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Know your rights when it comes to the workplace injuries. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
Well, if you're waking up and you got a dirty driveway, these are the folks to talk to. Godwin, just in time for Christmas so Santa can see your sleigh. Right there where to park that sleigh up in the driveway. Get it clean, whether you got a hospital, you've got Mississippi State, or one of the big people that use them, universities all over, and us folks that just have a house. Well, they do that also. Whether you've got vinyl siding, the brick. Well, that's one thing that'll creep up on there and you'll get that green look coming up your brick. Maybe you got rock. Whatever it is, they can clean it to your roofs that are metal. Also, these shingle roofs, even down to the slate roofs, to get it clean.
That's right. And windows.
Ooh, yeah.
The windows.
Get that driveway cleaned or your back door steps. Look at that. There's a major difference in between the two times. And as you get rid of that slippery steps, lots of things they can do for you. Call them today. Normally, it takes a couple hours to get something done and your house is looking new again. Godwin. 205-236-5121 for the Alabama number, or the Mississippi side at 601-253-8262 is the number to call. Our special guest this morning, if you're just tuning in, is Terrence Davis, who is with us here from Meridian. And behind this man toured with one of the most nationally known men, the biggest hits of the 90s, which was MC Hammer. He works for the City of Meridian now. Now, let's talk about this. MC Hammer probably at one time had more money than he knew what to do with. Somewhere along the way, MC either lost or misguided. And what is he doing now? I understand that he's working for the big man now. Is that true?
I think what people don't realize when looking back at Hammer's history, Hammer started as a gospel rapper. Hammer was known as the Holy Ghost Boy. So the first album that Hammer actually recorded was a gospel album, and two of the songs on the gospel album was called Son of a King and Ring 'Em. These two songs was actually talking about Jesus Christ.
I didn't know that.
Yes, sir. So Hammer has always been a part of the faith. Was just that when he went to Capitol Records and when the Capitol A&R person saw him, they saw him as an entertainer, not just an evangelist.
Right.
So they really focused on his ability to dance, sing, rap, and put that together as a package and sell that.
And they made money off of Hammer.
And they made money off of that, yes, sir. So now he's back to the roots of evangelizing. Even when we were on tour with Hammer, there were things Hammer allowed and Hammer did not allow because of his faith.
That is, that's good to know from behind the scenes, because you don't know that about a performer of what they truly are. So he's got it deep down of who he is.
It's in him. That's the foundation for sure. What was poured into him by mom, pops, it was real. It's there. And he shared that with us while touring the 2-3 years that we was touring. He was dedicated with, and there were, like I said before, there were things that he would and would not allow. There were prayers that always went forth before and after shows. There was prayers that was on Sundays and talking to Bible studies on Sundays. His brother is also firm believer, the entire family firm believer. But what I'm sharing with you is that was shown while we were on tour.
It just wasn't, a lot of people make that thing in front of a camera. Oh, I do this. But behind the scenes, that's not really who they are. So you're telling us Hammer is stood behind what he said.
All the time. So now that we're hearing him and seeing him move in that evangelist space right now, I just think that is a season for him now, that he's actually showcasing that, not showcasing, but just being that part of who he is and putting that out into the public as well.
What is so great about something like this is you take somebody who is famous, who has an ability to grab the attention of somebody, the normal guy, not everybody will listen to, but you take somebody famous and go, wait a minute, it's this guy, Jesus Christ, you need to know a little bit about.
Yes, sir.
They tend to pay more attention to somebody like that, and maybe that changes someone's life.
Totally. That influence alone, if you're the type of person that I look up to and I know that about you and I'm following that what you do in footsteps, I can easily be drawn in and influenced by that. Yes, sir.
Now, is he one of those just nice guys that was always helping somebody behind the scenes that probably the rest of America never knew about? Because I take it he probably done a little bit of that.
He really was. And there were a lot of things that Hammer did not want, photographed to put out there. But, you saw his heart with him actually hiring and putting 100 people to work on his tour. Some of the guys that were coming from the penal system back in the streets or whatnot, pulling them out of that, giving them jobs and giving them a second chance, so to speak. His heart was huge. And again, that's the heart of Christ. That's a servant's heart right there, So he was one of those guys that was real, Scotty. He was real.
Let me ask this, because I'm sure I know a little bit because I produced several concerts through the years. But for the average Joe that shows up to a concert, you don't think about what goes on to it. How many people traveled? How many people were employed that it takes to make a show happen? What did you see from the backside of that stage curtain?
Before the tour started, we were stationed at Paisley Park, Prince Studio. Prince actually allowed us to use his facility to actually put the tour together. So the entire background of the stage, lighting, and everything, we saw everybody from the beginning to end put the entire stage together, put the lighting system together, then the band, then the dancers, then Hammer. And everything was in parts, putting it together like that. So at the end of our combining everything and the tour is ready to go out, we saw from beginning to end what went into. And we're talking about 200 people easy. We're talking about people who are driving the 18-wheelers that actually have the band equipment, have the stage, have the lightings that's traveling. And because we was doing right at 6 to 7 shows a week. So we were traveling on an airplane. Yes, sir. We were traveling on a Boeing. So we were moving from city to city. So we had one stage on one end of the West Coast and then a stage on the east side of the West Coast that could move around the way we were moving because it was needed.
Let me break it down this way. That's not many.
Scotty's breaking it down.
If y'all remember when George Jones wouldn't show up to a concert, those people didn't get to eat. Let me just take because they depend upon that artist.
Right. That's right. And we depended on him not only to stay healthy, but we depended on him to give the performance that was needed because the length of the tour was like 3-4 months sometimes before we were able to come in, rest, and then do the second leg of the tour. So it was something that was a rigorous schedule. But there again, his military background kept us all in shape. There was always that 5 a.m. call, Scotty. 5 a.m. call, and everybody had to sign up that they did their running, they did their lifting, they did their dancing, and he would come by to find out and make sure that everybody was on point. And if you were not on point, you did not take the stage with MC Hammer.
I can see that. We got more coming up with Terrence. I got another question for you. Don't leave.
Full of questions today.
We're going to find out all of this. Y'all stay with us. We'll be right back.
Have you been in an auto accident? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Don't settle for less and know your rights. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
Hey, welcome back, Snowden and Company. Well, they're there to get you into a home. If you're thinking I got to move, like my mother-in-law won't go away, she can get you into a house quick and leave mother-in-law behind. It's that simple there.
Don't do that.
Maybe you need, a different place, when it comes to school systems. You want to have your kids in a different school system. They can find that house there. Well, there's a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, all the way up to you got 10 kids. They got a place for you. If it's not on the market, they'll make a note. When it comes available, they'll call you and say, come look at this. Now, you can visit it online right now. Just look around. Visit them there at snowdenrealestate.com. There it is on the screen. 453-3937 is the number to call. They'll help you. That's a big one there. Maybe you need something a little smaller. Northeast area, they got those. Many to choose from. This is not the only one there. Here's another one out at Dalewood. And this goes on through the Enterprise area, whether you're looking to go to Collinsville. There's a home there. They're simple. Anything that you're looking for, they can help you. There's one thing in common that has all of this. It's this young lady that I'm going to show you right here, right there. You've seen her. Yeah, visit with her. She'll help you out. She's a negotiating expert. Just ask her husband. Mm-hmm. That's Amanda. Here's her team. They'll help you. 601-453-3937 is the number to call. As we've been traveling this morning, and we've took you all places across the world with Mr. Terrence Davis over here as he's explained the things that he's seen. It's so interesting. Mm-hmm. I have to ask this. In the position that you were in, traveling with a superstar, mm-hmm. you had to have met just about every artist out there. Who is it that after meeting him that you could sit back here and tell us, that guy's a good guy? Who is it out of all those superstars that you bumped into behind the scenes and you really saw who they were? Who would you say they're a good guy?
All of the artists that we met are good people.
Who stands out, though?
Patti LaBelle.
Really?
Patti LaBelle.
I can say that.
When I tell you just down-to-earth country, grandma, auntie, mother, Patti LaBelle leaves an impression with you for sure. And Patti is just engulfed in just culture, tradition, wisdom, love, and she was just someone that you just wanted to stay around and talk with because she was always pouring.
It's kind of like your best friend, so to speak.
Yes. Or again, like I said, grandma. She was always pouring and directing, and her tone, her hands of direction was always with love. The correction was with love. And when she would come with us now, Hammer would know when she would come, right? And we always knew she was going to dance, no matter what she was.
So she was a big dancer.
Oh man, yes, sir. So we would always get together either in Hammer's suite or one of the rooms when she's there, and we would have dinner or whatnot, and we just have fun with Patti. Patti,
but she loves to cook, doesn't she?
Yes, she does. And she walked around with her spices with her.
You're kidding.
No, sir. No, sir.
I don't think I've ever heard of anybody taking their spices with them.
Patti have her spices in her purse. Yes, she does.
And I don't know, back in the day when I dealt with music a lot more, there was a lot of instances to where cameras were just not the place to be with who you met. You couldn't take pictures. Do you have a picture of anybody that you ever bumped into that you got hanging? You go, I met so-and-so, and you hang that for people to see. Do you have any of those, or was it like me, you didn't get a lot of pictures?
I got a lot of pictures, but it was just one that just stood out, and that was the one with Prince. The one with Prince that we was in Paisley Park Studio during the rehearsals and was also recording there, right? And when we finished recording, Prince came out and said, y'all in my house and y'all need to do it my way. So Prince struck out and started dancing, right? And after he got done dancing, we took a picture. It was awesome, and it stands out.
What kind of person was Prince as we look back on that? I remember watching the first time I ever saw him. Dick Clark interviewed him. He didn't say a lot. Mm-hmm. He answered a question, then he sang. And the longer he performed, the more he talked, and he became friendly with it.
Right.
How was he in person?
He was the exact same way, but Prince was a true musician. So when you're talking to Prince, you're talking music, you're talking creativity, you're talking the essence of music. That's who he was. Now, when he let his hair down, and like I shared with you guys, he did a portion of Dancing and Whatnot with us. He really admired Hammer.
Really?
He really respected and admired Hammer. He did. And it was just good energy.
Okay, I have to ask this next question. Did you ever meet Michael Jackson?
I did not.
So that was not on. I was just curious about Michael.
Michael and Hammer did meet. That was in this Arsenio Hall recording that we did, and Michael actually came down to Arsenio Hall, and Hammer did meet. Now I did meet Janet. Janet showed up in the LA con.
She didn't have a malfunction or anything, did she?
No. She was on the side of the stage, Scotty, and we had an opportunity to meet with her.
Right.
But I never met Michael, and I never met Stevie Wonder.
Stevie seems like he would really be a great guy as well, of the performers that are out there.
I would love to meet Stevie.
This has been really entertaining. Can you tell us again? Let's go back over the times of the Christmas play. I know you showed up for that, but I had to ask this.
Somebody also asked what your title was for the city. Like, what do you do exactly for the city?
I'm the Culture Affairs Coordinator, and with all of the different events that come into the city, or whether they're doing them with the city or private, we try our very best to help support those, and we try our very best to bring different culture experiences to the city.
All right, what time is the parade, and when do you need to be there?
We need you there at 3 p.m. The parade will begin at 5 p.m.
Well, this is going to be fun, line up. Yes. And you mentioned Santa Claus. Let's go ahead and remind everybody about what they need.
Santa Claus will be on City Hall lawn from 1 to 5. Get your pictures with Santa in front of the big Christmas tree on City Hall lawn.
I got about 1 minute left. Let me ask this. If someone is watching that goes, I really want to be an entertainer, would you take the time to talk to people on the street that ask you about this stuff? Do you ever have time to go, this is the direction you need?
If someone should ask, Scotty, I will. Sometimes people not so open to direction or criticism.
Oh.
So if it's asked, I didn't feel like you want the truth. So I'll give it to you. But unless asked, no, sir, I don't.
There's a lot of people that don't like the truth in this world.
That's true.
Because their mama told them they were great. Y'all all know that person?
Right.
Just watch American Idol or one of these little shows that does, I don't know how they get where they get in the end, because somebody has told them a little story.
Right. Maybe we need to start a talent show and let you be a judge in Meridian.
That was my platform. When you hear things like the Jimmy Rogers festival that used to be, my dad played at the Jimmy Rogers Festival. So being a part of the Jimmy Rogers Festival, the talent that's there, you see in other talented people and using the platform to sharpen your tools. So anytime you get an opportunity to be on something like that, do it and sharpen your tool.
Terrence, thank you for coming.
Thank you guys for having me.
It's been so wonderful to have, and energetic and nice and sweet.
Thank you,
We'll be back tomorrow beginning at 8 o'clock. Thank y'all so much for being a part of the show and making it such a success here. That's a tough word to say, y'all. See you tomorrow.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: